Hey everyone, Catherine Mattice Sundell here, founder and CEO of Civility Partners. Welcome to Catherine's Corner. We've moved it to Tuesday, so thank you so much. And I have a really wonderful friend, and I always call her my hero whenever I see
Oh
her.
gosh.
And she calls me her hero, which I think she's just trying to be nice. She's my hero for sure. So we have Julie Steele Gastad here today from Marius Promotions. Thank you for being here with me, Julie.
Yes, thanks for having me. It's good to chat with you and see your face.
Oh, I know, right? One day we'll have wine and hug.
Yes, yes.
So, just to tell the audience a little bit about you, you have a BA in liberal studies. You were a teacher once upon a time, is that right? And then you have a master's in communication from SDSU, which I did not know about you. That is where my master's is from as well. So, that's cool.
Everything we have in common.
Yeah. And you founded Marius Agency in 2019, or I'm sorry, 2009, and you had one client in San Diego. And one of the reasons I say you are my hero, one of the many, is that you just kill it and you grow and grow and grow and grow. And every time I see you, it's like, oh, I hired 5 more people. Oh, I hired 4 more people. Oh, I hit this revenue goal. Oh, this other revenue goal. So you just kill it all the time. And then you're so lovely and wonderful all at the same time. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, like don't stop.
So tell us a little bit about what you were doing before COVID. Like, what was the original thing? And then we'll move into talking about how you transformed your business and all of that good stuff.
Sure. So, like you mentioned, I started the company with one client in 2009, and we were solely focused on experiential. And experiential is in-person marketing. So you would see our brand ambassadors out at in-store demos or trade shows, festivals, merchandising for our clients. And that was what we did. That was our area of expertise. We had all of the systems set up. My team was on fire. We were on fire. And grew to a nationwide level. There were at the peak, there were 12 of us internally managing everything. We had upwards of 600 plus brand ambassadors that we were giving jobs to, working with 200 brands. And then COVID hit, and it was just like, mid-March, everything just stopped. And, it was definitely an interesting time, challenging time, scary for all of us, just so much uncertainty in business and life and everything. So
yeah. So COVID really hit you directly because your business was face-to-face marketing, interacting with people in person, and now you cannot do that anymore. So talk to us about, what was the process you went through? What did you do? Because you're still standing. Marius is stronger than ever. So how did you, what was that process of pivoting and really just, I'm sure there was grieving that, okay, we're not going to do that anymore. Or at least it's not going to be the same. We got to do something different. So tell us about that.
Yeah. A range of emotions, of course, at first, but it was always looking at, okay, what can we control? Right. So we can't control this pandemic and we can't control the uncertainty or anything, but we can control our attitude, we can control our mindset, we can control our behavior and what we choose to do in this situation. And I had a wonderful team. And to be honest with you, for a while, I had been thinking about what else could we be doing? How else could we be adding value for our clients, especially online? And just, running a business and being a CEO and having a team, there's not a lot of time for that extra strategic thinking, or I had a vision for the company, but it was always experiential involved.
Right.
And so the blessing was that it afforded me and my team so much time to actually think about how can we move this that we have perfected online and still enact our core purpose, which is to build brands through meaningful experiences. And it used to be face-to-face experiences, but it's experience. It's that building human connections and how can we move that offline to online. So we brainstormed with my team a few ideas, and I even had some of my team members, they had family members giving us ideas or friends giving us ideas. Everybody just really believed in us and what we were doing. And
that's awesome.
we narrowed it down to influencer marketing, which was a very easy transition from what we were doing with taking the brand ambassadors and them, endorsing products live to endorsing products online. Got some of our clients to shift their marketing budgets to digital with us and launch those programs. And, there was obviously some testing and measuring going on at first, but it was just a very easy transition. And now we have a handful of clients in different spaces, not just consumer product goods, that are using our services that way. And then also with reputation enhancement. So looking at, I've always wanted to work more with small businesses, especially women-owned businesses, and how else can we support them to help them grow, get more clients, get better clients, build their teams. And through reputation enhancement, we're working with smaller businesses, 50 employees or less, where we're helping them to systemize their customer experience, collecting reviews, their review process, updating their Google My Business. So how are they being presented online so that when somebody is searching for their business or their industry, what's that experience that they're having with that business, where they're like, wow, they have, 100 reviews, they have all 5-star reviews, or their average rating is 4.7. What are people saying about it? Their location is all up to date. Their website looks great. So all of this working together and moving it towards digital experiences. So that's it in a nutshell. Do you want me to? I can walk you through the whole process we went through.
No, that's okay.
There might be another call.
Will you go back to face-to-face marketing, that experience, when the pandemic is free and clear? I don't know when that will be, but will that still be part of your business, or have you just kind of let that go completely?
So no, actually, we have built it into our company now. We offer a multi-strategy approach, an omni-channel approach. So some of our clients are doing experiential and influencer and reputation with us. Some are doing just experiential. Some are doing just influencer. Some are just doing reputation. So it's sort of depending on the brand, depending on the goals, which we talk about in our initial discovery call, we build out the best plan and best strategy using these different tactics. So actually, we have started back into experiential, all in-store demo. There's no live events to date yet. We did hear that there are some of the bigger consumer product good food shows that are supposed to be live again this summer. So we'll see what happens. Yes, but we are doing in-store demos. We're active in Southern California and Texas, Florida, Georgia. So there are certain states that are it's a retailer based decision. And they're, depending on the state, they're mostly what we call dry demos. So we're not actually able to sample, but we're there in masks and we have the plated glass or the plastic and, just trying to be as safe as possible. And what we're finding is that, consumers are excited to see us there. It's like, oh my gosh, humans.
Oh, humans.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now even so, when I started the company and I would be out doing the demos and people would see a product I was representing hear it on the radio or see it on TV or something. Now, when people are coming, they're like, oh my gosh, I've been following this brand on Instagram and now here you are. And I want to hear more about it. So it's just really cool.
Very awesome. Very awesome. I knew you would figure it out and, of course, do big things because you always do. Tell us about perseverance. Obviously, this took a lot of perseverance everybody says pivot 2020. We all had to pivot, but I hate that word now. I feel like.
I know, right? I was like,
we did indeed pivot.
Transformed.
Yeah, you transformed. That's a better word. Is the title of our show here today, that you really transformed your business and probably yourself and some of your employees through all of this. And certainly with that comes perseverance. What's your take on that word, or how did you persevere? What tips can you give us?
Oh gosh. I had moments, that's for sure. I still have moments, we're human and I think too, having a business, and I'm sure you're the same, you're a visionary and you're thinking about the future and but you also have to be present in the here and now. What are we going to do now? And okay, let's look at chunks of time. I would say just thinking about, again, just thinking about what you can control.
Mhm.
I have a really amazing team that believes in me and believes in the company and Mirrors 2.0 and where we are going. And they work really, really hard and have wonderful ideas. And I'm just so blessed. So I think having that community, as well as community with the business community, with friends, family, and just knowing that we've been through big challenges before in business. I mean, we've been hit hard a few times with some things that were out of our control. And I
Mhm.
think that has helped me specifically as a leader, because it's like, okay, well, 2018, that was a really hard year for us where we had to go through some changes in California law and transformed the business and got it to where it is today. And, just knowing that while there's valleys, there's still these beautiful mountains to climb. And the valley's still beautiful. It's, might be hot and dry. Sometimes we can't find water, but eventually we do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a
So,
great metaphor.
yeah.
I feel the same way, surrounding myself with good people who, the team is a big part of it. And I think sometimes leaders lose sight of that. At least I see that in my world. But yeah, surrounding yourself with people who will make it all go is important.
Yep.
What tip would you give if you were back in February 2020? What tips would you give your now self?
Oh gosh. Oh Lord. Gosh, I thought about that question. I would say that just it's hard because of course it was so unexpected, right? And in February 2020, I had all these game plans for 2020. It was 2020 vision in 2020. Remember that growth club that we went to and about that theme? And again, it was still 2020 vision. It just looked a lot different. And I think it would probably be to persevere and, just know that there's something big that's coming and that there's going to be a shift, but it's all going to be positive and it's going to be where I want to go and where I want the company to go and where I want the company to take the people who work with us and to inspire others. And, when you were in it in March and even in April and sometimes in between, it's hard to remember that, but just keeping that mindset too, change is a coming, be ready. You can do it. That would be the tip.
Yeah, that's great. And they always say death and taxes are, always for sure, but so is change. Yep. Either. So,
yeah.
Awesome. And I like what you're saying too about just recognizing you can't control the environment, but you can control your emotions and your reaction to it. And certainly sometimes controlling our emotions is having a good cry or feeling a little freaked out, but getting back to it and moving forward.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think too, maybe another tip would be that it's okay to be vulnerable with your team. I do have moments, or I did prior, but the vulnerability that occurred last year with my team, with people that I shared things that I've never shared, or, that I was scared and just being honest about that. But, here's what we're doing. And, the positive but realistic mindset. And it's changed me as a leader. And I think it changed my team in their leadership journey as well. Just, not being afraid to have those emotions or to show those emotions, and that people need to see them, that you are human. And, while you can't fix everything, you sure as hell are going to try. So,
yeah. I was talking with our shared business coach, Carrie Kaufman, a couple of weeks ago, and she was talking about that as well, that there's a line, though. You want to be vulnerable, because if you don't show any vulnerability, there's something wrong with that there too. Maybe that your employees may go, why are we not scared? Because I'm scared. Why is the leader not? But then, there's a fine line between crying every day at work or something. But
Yes.
we're vulnerable here. I mean, we're working in a really hard environment a lot and hearing a lot of emotions and feelings from the employees that we talk to and we're with our clients. And doing that sometimes is good. And I actually hope that's a silver lining, that the workplace will start to accept vulnerability as the social norm, whereas before, the instant you cry, you lose all credibility and you're engaging in feminine behaviors, and we don't tolerate that here at work. So I do hope that vulnerability becomes part of our new social norm moving forward. Tell us about your leadership style, because you've obviously, every time we would go, so Julie and I would go to these growth clubs, they're every quarter with our coach, Carrie, and we all stand up and share successes, and you're just always full of successes, and just obviously kicking butt all the time. And, as you said, you've surrounded yourself with good people, but talk to me about your leadership style. What makes you a good leader? So I know you're humble, but now's the time. I know this is a hard question for you.
It is. I'm getting better, but I've always been of the camp that, you can't do everything yourself. And I sure tried, and it was terrible. And I drank too much wine, and I was like, okay, it's time to hire. But looking at the finances and making sure it's the right time and what do you need to do to get there. But anyway, that's a whole other conversation. So it's also, training, hiring the right people that align with the culture of the company. You can teach skill. Yes, obviously there are some positions that you want to make sure you have some level of expertise and skill, but hiring the right fit to fit in with the culture and where you're going and everything. So that's the first step. And then cultivating the culture of support. And, one of our core values is teamwork and family spirit and communication. And that's huge. And leadership, those three of our core values, but, leadership and being the best version of yourself. And all of those align with how I want to, anybody that's on my team and that, has been with us and maybe spread their wings and gone elsewhere, what have you. I've always worked with them on where do they see themselves? Where do they want to grow? And giving those opportunities and supporting them and training them and sharing my knowledge and passing things off so that they get that experience. And then, within the company, making sure that they're set up for success as well. So having those systems in place and accountability systems. And, we do our performance reviews once a quarter. Sometimes we'll wait a little bit longer, like eventually it gets to once a year, but in between, meeting with them at least once a month to see how are you doing on your goals? Where can I support you? And asking the questions that I get from Catherine and Civility Partners for those one-to-ones. Get that free resource if you haven't already. So accessing my toolbox and, just constantly checking in and making sure that they are feeling fulfilled and successful, and also looking at what else could I be handing off or restructuring to level them up even more. That was a long answer.
Right. No, it's a good answer.
There's so many things. There's so many things I could tell you.
But that's a great answer. But sounds like bottom line is that your leadership style is to demonstrate trust in your employees and your workforce by delegating to them, setting them up for success, recognizing that part of delegating is giving them the training and the resources and overall all of that, and giving them feedback, and all of that ultimately says I care about you and your success, and in turn they will give you their all and make Mirus successful.
And hopefully stay with me for 30 years. And, I was like, I know you want to stay with me for 30 years, but I understand if you have to go and,
Well, I'm not quite as delicate. So Rebecca, Rebecca, I point that way because she's sitting right over there. She's moving and she's still going to work here.
Oh,
she's
good.
moving. And I keep telling her I might actually chain her to a room in my house.
I would. Rebecca,
I'm
you're amazing. Yes.
I'm not so polite in the way I say you have to stay here. So we always tell people once you work here, you're here for life. Dang it, you can't leave.
Right.
Yeah. Threaten them with violence. It's the best way to go.
Live from Civility Partners.
Yeah, that's
Chain them to their desk.
So leave us with one, what's one final tip moving forward for all of us leaders listening in? What's can you give us one tip for 2021?
Oh gosh. There was I guess you would call it a meme, but it was a quote on a graphic. So I saw the other day, and from one of my mentors, she had posted it, and it said, just period, keep period going, period. And I just thought that speaks to so many people right now. I know some people had really great years last year and probably went through some growth pains and changes that way. So even coming into this year, there might be different challenges, but we're all in this together, and just rely on your support and community and just keep going.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great tip. Thank you so much.
Thank
So
you for
tell us
having me.
where we can get a hold of you, and then we'll call it a day.
You can email me at Julie, Julie, at Mirus, mirus.agency, or check out our website, which is mirus.agency as well.
Awesome. And we'll post that in the comments too. So thank you again, Julie. Virtual hug coming at you. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.